I like Berserk. So Zakk, what were you saying?
What was I saying? I don't remember.
That's all
I've
right.
already forgotten. I think I was talking about Beast in Black.
Yeah.
Or not Beast in Black. I was talking about Coheed before them. Vax's Part 2 is just incredible.
Nice.
Like it's just like a robotic synthy, like it's almost like electronic, which is not like any other album I've heard from them, because I've been listening to Coheed since I saw them live in 2012.
Was
that 2012? No, that was I think it was before 2012.
Is it kind of like a vaporwave feel, or like a?
It's more like
synthwave.
Yeah, it's more like synthwave with steel guitar.
Okay.
Like synthwave rock. It's pretty sick.
All right.
But I actually got into Coheed just because you remember the movie 9?
With the little puppets?
Yeah, from 2009.
Yes.
Tim Burton's 9.
Yes.
Remember the promotional material for that?
Oh, I'm very hazy, but yeah.
I know. It's just instrumental in my taste in music, so I remember it vividly. They use Welcome Home for the commercials for that movie, and it was like the only thing that I knew about Coheed. So my dad, he actually came in. He's like, "Hey, Ozzy Osbourne is going on tour as a solo act."
Oh my god!
And because Ozzy's going on tour,
yeah.
Black Sabbath also had plans to go on tour, but Ozzy decided to say, no. So Tony Iommi and the rest of the Black Sabbath guys, they actually went in and they called up some of their previous singers, because one of the things you need to know is that Ozzy is not Black Sabbath. Tony Iommi is Black Sabbath. The guitarist is Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath has had like 3 or 4 different actual singers. I will say the Tony Martin years, Headless Cross and Tear. The Tear album by Black Sabbath is godly. It's their best album. It's incredible.
That's sick.
However, they went in, they called one of their previous singers. They say, "Hey man, Ozzy's on tour. We wanted to go on tour. We can't really do the Ozzy year stuff, but we would love to go and do a Heaven and Hell tour."
Ooh.
And they call up their buddy, and their buddy has been having a real rough time of it lately. He's been diagnosed with stomach cancer.
Bruh.
The man knows that he doesn't have much longer to live. So he's like, you know what? I want this tour. This tour is going to be my swan song.
Based.
I got to see this act in Ronnie James Dio's final concert in Cleveland, Ohio.
My God. Dio, like the guy that Dio from JoJo is based off of.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Holy Diver.
Yo.
Tenacious D.
Oh, Tenacious D. Oh, Jack Black. Oh.
No, he's not an official member, but he makes a few cameos. Remember Kickapoo? Dio, can you hear me? I am lost and so alone.
Yes.
He makes a cameo in that song.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so Ronnie James Dio, if he is tied with my favorite vocalist in musical history, with Miles Kennedy, but I got to see his final show. And Dio's Heaven and Hell album is one that I am very, very intimate with, because that was one of those albums that, like, I had a list of about 5 albums that I would load up on my Zune, and I'd load it up on my Zune and I would listen to it every single morning heading to school.
Oh, that's sick.
Let me see. What were those albums? There were Linkin Park's Meteora.
Oh my God, Linkin Park. Oh,
what
man,
is
it's been
it?
Years.
Dream Evil's United. Heaven and Hell. Oh, what were the other 2? Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden.
Oh,
great album. Incredible album. And then I think whatever that 5th slot was just miscellaneous, because my dad loaded my Zune up, man.
Yeah.
I had like a terabyte of music on that nonsense.
Oh man.
Although I don't think it would hold a terabyte of music back in 2006 or 7 when I had that. But so I'm very intimate. Oh,
Yeah.
Skid Row's Slave to the Grind
Oh.
was the fifth one. So this show was Sebastian Bach opening. Sebastian Bach, one of the most legendary metal vocalists of all time. He did Skid Row. I could probably throw you a couple songs you might know, like 18 in Life, Youth Gone Wild, Monkey Business, stuff like that. But
I have to warn you, my scope is very shallow.
Yeah. My scope is a little bit broader because I grew up with this stuff, but
that's fair.
So it was Sebastian Bach opening, and I'd seen Sebastian Bach once before, but he was opening for Poison, and Bret Michaels is a bastard who sucks.
Oh,
the lead singer for Poison, he has this funny little thing that he does where, oh my god, Tooth and Nail by Dokken. I forgot about that one too. Anyway, 6 albums. So he does this funny little thing where he'll actually mess with the audio levels of his opening acts so that he can sound better as the headliner.
Huh.
Sebastian sounded like utter garbage when I got to see him live the first time. And I was very upset about it. I was so upset that I decided not to see Poison live. I decided to go into the back and hang out with Dokken and their tour bus.
That's sick, though.
So Sebastian Bach came back.
Yeah.
All of his greatest hits. Great show. Great opener. After Sebastian Bach was Coheed. I knew one song by Coheed. After I saw them live, I decided to get into that band and start listening to their albums. And I got into the No World for Tomorrow album, which absolutely slays.
Nice.
It's incredible. It's their darkest album, and I was an edgy 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So that joined the list. And then immediately afterward was Dio with Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
And it was the best show that I've ever seen in my life, man. Because, like, one of the things about shows is that sometimes when the magic is just right, when the electricity is in the air, when it charges the entire crowd, when the stars align and the planets shine upon the stage, you have acts that blend into each other. And Coheed and Dio do that stuff perfectly. Mainly because Coheed and Cambria, because of the movie 9, giving them a mainstream breakout hit with Welcome Home. It's hard to really explain. Sorry if I'm trying to get my thoughts together.
No, it's fine. Go on.
It's kind of hard to explain, but it's their encore. It's their final song that they're going to play, right?
Right.
And the very end of Welcome Home has this funny little radio moment where they're like, ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's so sick. And when they're performing that kind of stuff live, you know every single person, all 25,000 people in Blossom Arena are on their feet screaming, ooh, whoa! It's so sick.
That's so cool.
And that began to blend into Dio's show.
Oh.
Because the Heaven and Hell album has a song, self-titled Heaven and Hell. The song Heaven and Hell on the album Heaven and Hell. It's like the title track, as they call it.
Makes sense.
And the title track of that song has a very poignant guitar riff where it's like crunchy, it's deep, it goes bam, 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 bam. Chicka dan, bam, 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 and everybody took the energy from the Coheed show, and you know, all 25,000 people in Blossom Arena, whoa, bap, ba-dap, whoa,
that's cool.
And then Dio walks on stage. He starts killing it. Dio's like it was the final song before the encore, which was Heaven and Hell. His final song was this brilliant, wonderful, kind of bittersweet thing when you consider this really bittersweet moment when you consider what was going on at the time.
Yeah.
Because not a lot of people knew that he was kind of on his deathbed. And he was literally leaving everything that he was on that stage. But one of the songs of that album is this absolute killer track called Die Young. And when Dio was belting that out, every single note was perfectly in pitch. Everything. The pyro was going crazy. He was doing out these long, drawn-out notes. Tony's going crazy on the guitar. The lights go red and bathe everyone in hellish beauty as Dio, die young! Oh my goodness gracious.
That's amazing.
Oh, it was such a good show.
And it speaks to the legacy of the man. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I can't do Dio justice. I can't put enough power into my voice without it cracking and buckling under the weight. That is how good Dio is at what he does.
That's amazing. And your passion speaks to it. That's
oh my goodness,
fantastic, brother.
So ever since I saw that show, it really was like it was one of those things. It's like, this may define me as a person going forward, because I was only like 15 at the time, I think.
Oh wow,
could be wrong. Let me look that up real quick.
So that's 2009 or 8? 2008.
It's either 2007 or 2009. I'm gonna go with 2009.
Yeah, all right.
Because 2009, I was 16, and that kind of fits.
Yeah,
because I think that was around the time that Dio finally passed.
Oh man.
And what an absolute legacy he's left behind. Dio, I have gotten into so many arguments at school.
Oh no.
Because when it comes to classic metal, I'm a music snob.
Fair.
I'm not afraid to admit it. And every time I hear Ozzy, overrated. Because I will say, Ozzy is an incredible talent scout. Ozzy is not a very good vocalist.
I know that feel.
Ozzy has exactly one song in which his vocals shine through, and that's War Pigs. War Pigs is a song that I can sing.
I can't even imagine Ozzy Osbourne as a vocalist.
Guess what? That's his lead role.
Oh my god, I did not know that. Oh no.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne is the lead singer.
That's all these years I never knew that. I just knew he bit the head off a bat one time.
Yeah. You ever hear Crazy Train?
I believe so, yeah.
Paranoid, War Pigs? Going off the rails on the crazy train.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ozzy. That's Ozzy singing.
Oh.
And you know those really easy notes that I just hit? Yeah. He has to put triple reverb on his voice to hide anything that goes wrong.
That's crazy.
Ozzy is not he's a fine vocalist, just like Ringo is a fine drummer.
Who? I'm joking.
Hey W, have you heard of this band called The Beatles? They're a little bit underground. You may not have heard of them.
Wait, no, a serious question about them though. Oh my god, I forgot his name.
Ringo, Paul, George, and John.
The one married to Yoko Ono.
John Lennon.
What was he? Was he the vocalist?
No.
Oh.
No. Yeah, he was the vocalist.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, he was the vocalist. Paul sometimes did some vocals, but he did a lot of backing tracks. He was the bassist.
Yeah, okay.
George Harrison was the backbone of that band. John was an excellent songwriter.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Beatles is pretty, the Beatles were pretty popular even all the way back in the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Back when they were a boy band where they were doing I Wanna Hold Your Hand. Back when they were the 1950s version of, I don't know who's big right now, BTS?
Yeah, basically.
One Direction, the Backstreet Boys, Big Time Rush.
Big Time Rush is a real band.
Yeah.
I thought it was a show on Disney Channel. Oh my god.
Well, it was a show on Disney Channel that was trying to push them as a real band, but they went on tour and stuff.
Oh my god. But see, that's beyond my...
That's beyond my age.
Yeah.
I watched Disney Channel way longer than I should have.
I got out of it when Kim Possible stopped.
That's a good time to end.
And then Nick kind of just said, well, we're going to stop too. Here's more SpongeBob. And I'm like, I love SpongeBob. And nah, Jenny XJ9, you took her off and I miss her dearly.
What a great show. I was that guy. I got relentlessly bullied in high school because I was the one kid not afraid to say that I watch Victorious because of the hot redhead in that show, and I thought she was cool and really good at singing. Years later, Ariana Grande is one of the biggest stars in the entire world. Who's laughing now, idiots?
Exactly. That trips me out. I forgot that happened. I keep forgetting. It was that and like what's the other show? Kate and somebody?
What, Sam and Kate?
Sam and Kate, there we go.
What is it? Dave Schneider paying reparations so he's not sued.
Oh, Feet Man. Also that explains why Nick had a foot symbol for a long time.
I don't think that was him, but you know.
It fits too well. I hate it.
A culture thing.
I hate it. Oh,
Ed Schneider was a weird individual.
He was, but he worked, and that's upsetting.
He was a weird individual, but Drake and Josh is that good.
No, it is that good. It's very good. Game Sphere, baby.
It's spherical!
Oh. I was so base. I want a Game Sphere.
That was the pinnacle of comedy back in whenever that episode came out.
Yeah!
Dude, me and my brother, my sister, we would not stop. We would not stop quoting that episode. It was so good.
It's base, bruh. Oh, it's so good. Also, old SpongeBob is good. New SpongeBob scares me, and I don't like it.
I hear new SpongeBob is getting back to being all right.
Did you know they reference Squidward suicide?
That's funny.
And like legitimately, like straight up, no chaser. They show the clip. The image of him with the blackened out eyes.
Diggity dog, when you have literally carried an entire multi-billion-dollar company on your back by yourself for 20 years.
Yeah.
You're allowed to get away with some extra stuff.
True, because SpongeBob is Viacom.
Uh-huh.
He's the whole thing, which is weird. But yeah, no, that's true, man. Oh, wait, did you ever watch Our Real Monsters?
Love that show.
Yes, sir. But anyway, we've got off the music track. Let's get back on it.
What else was I going to talk about? So, yeah, Code and Cambria. I would highly recommend going through some of their albums.
I will.
Like, technically, I explained before, but lost track. Hold up. I've explained before, but Code and Cambria, they kind of use music album releases as a medium for storytelling.
Yes.
And one of the best things about that in particular is that even if you're not like into the whole storytelling aspect of everything,
yeah,
the music still hits.
Well, that's all that's important.
And you can go ahead and listen to them out of order if you want to. Like, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. I would highly recommend Vax's Part 2.
I will have to look that up.
Yeah, let me see. What's the Vax's Part 2? Window of the Waking Mind. Great. I would highly suggest as well.
Yeah.
If you just go onto YouTube, they have all of the music videos.
Oh.
Just on their channel. You watch it for free. Spend an hour. You get a physical visual aid to help you know what's going on in the story at the time that the songs are being told. So it helps out a lot with actually learning about Coheed as a visual medium, as a visual audio storytelling medium.
All right.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
Make sure you drop the channel for me and the Discord. Look, everyone, I'm breaking the fourth wall. Join
Polypede Works. What's your Discord called?
The Digital Burrow, everyone.
I actually I kind of fell out of Coheed for a little while.
Oh.
Because I was really only into Coheed as like that band that made that one album that I liked a lot. And that one, No World for Tomorrow, is just an incredible album. It tells the hero's journey within the span of an album, and it's also a part of a major tale. So you actually feel that roller coaster ride of emotions, like the rising tensions, the abyss, the fall, and the return.
Yeah.
In like its own dark, twisted reflection, because it's an album about a man driven to the depths of causing an apocalypse for a world he created.
That's fascinating. That's cool. So cool, in fact. Make sure you drop that for me, because that'll be the background music for this very episode, everyone.
I'm not entirely sure if we can, but...
Oh, no!
Well, we might get copyright for that.
Ah!
Going to Cambria is a pretty major publication.
Ah, Boo.
And I know the music industry don't really like their songs used much.
But maybe with us talking over it, it will go over fine.
Hopefully. Maybe we can put in some, find some instrumental versions or whatnot.
Yes. Yeah, that's preferable. Yes.
That'll work.
But that's fascinating, though. It's a whole storytelling aspect of a man causing an apocalypse on a world he created.
Well, yeah, it's weird because it kind of breaks the fourth wall, but in its own universe, I guess.
Okay.
Like, Comic Zone? The video game?
Yes. Classic.
Comic Zone is a video game about a man writing a comic who gets trapped in his own comic.
Yes.
So the world that all of this takes place in is a comic being written by this guy, and the actual album is about that guy going through some real nonsense, going through just the worst of times.
Yeah.
And taking it out on this comic that he's writing while people are existing within the comic, feeling the ramifications of what he is doing.
That's fascinating. It also reminds me of Cool World, this movie from like the 80s, except that had like a bit of a raunchy connotation to it, but the same energy. So yes, I understand. That's cool.
Cool World. That sounds familiar. I may have.
It's like
I haven't seen it, but
it's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That's why I've heard of it, because people like to say it in the same breath as Roger Rabbit. Got it.
Yes. You may have seen the blonde girl from there.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah. But anyway, continue.
It is very weird because I have a father who has been in the music industry for a very, very long time. Like he used to have a magazine.
Oh.
Like a pretty well published magazine that almost hit it big until everything kind of crumbled around him.
Oh,
because he was the workhorse behind that. My father is an absolute workaholic. He's addicted to work.
Fair.
And, while that can be considered a bad thing in a lot of ways, one of the things that will get you is results.
True.
And he was kind of the backbone behind this entire publication. It was just on the verge of hitting it big. And he had to stop.
Oh.
For various reasons. But
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's told the story before, but he also has this, he calls it the radio show because he had a pretty popular music podcast called the Classic Metal Show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it was pretty popular way back in like the early 2000s, maybe even all the way back in the 90s, him and his buddy Neely.
Oh my God.
And basically he was on there for a while. And then he stopped doing it for another while. And then eventually he got back into it. And I think he told me to this day he gets about 25,000 listens a week.
Oh my God. That's still popular, bro.
He's also the backbone of a website called pitriff.com, I believe, which is like one of the foremost musical reviewing websites from all of time.
Oh.
So he's kind of like an instrumental figure in like music internet culture.
Say that website again for the people at home.
Pitriff.com. I could be wrong. He might have just worked for them for a while.
All right. Wow. That's really cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's weird kind of growing up in that kind of idea, right?
Yeah.
Because I also had quite the, I guess, helicopter childhood, right? My mom didn't want me listening to that devil music. And that was a major thing between my parents. Is that, my dad, this is the thing that he is most passionate about in life, and mom doesn't want him to share that with his children. Kind of a weird thing.
Yeah.
Didn't stop us, but so.
Well, clearly not. Your passion is electric, bruh.
Well, it's what can I say? It's contagious. So
yeah,
it's kind of weird, kind of growing up in that ideal, because on one hand, your dad is kind of like a B or a C tier celebrity.
Yeah.
You know that the person who raised you is like could be seen on the streets by certain crowds of people and known, like, and trying to kind of come to, what am I even trying to say?
like it's a different experience from the normal person who may have listened to him on the radio. Because like you're living in it. You are related to the man.
Yeah, it's like because I know the man, but I never really knew like his work.
Ah, okay.
I wasn't allowed to. So
yeah, right.
There's a major kind of block in there, but also on one hand, he is like this instrumental musical guy, and he kind of spread a lot of that to me.
Right.
And it's like, how do you continue that legacy? How do you not even really pass it on, but how do you take it within yourself, make it a part of yourself, and push it forward kind of deal? So it's interesting.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of the major reasons why I am so passionate about music, why I do listen to it in the way that I do. I can be so analytical, why I can be so just like knowledgeable about these little intrinsic things that people won't really understand because I'm effectively the son of a music professional.
Right.
Even if he was never really in a band, although he did get to play with Metallica, which was hilarious.
Oh, that's sick. Oh my god!
It was never really like in front of a crowd or anything.
Yeah.
One of his favorite stories. Let me actually look up the name real quick. We'll cut this out.
Oh, that's fair.
Because I'm terrible with names. Oh yeah, Jiggity Durr. So he was hanging out at a show. One of the things about being in a band is that you're going to be touring the country a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to be all over the world. One of the things that you'll end up gaining is kind of like friendships with at least one local guy to any town that you go to a lot.
That makes sense, yeah.
My dad was the Cleveland guy.
Hey!
Especially for Metallica. Because he met Metallica. He was stationed in California in the time where Metallica was still playing in garages. So he knew the SoCal scene before it exploded and became Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. So he was really big into that scene, and that kind of transferred over when they eventually got big. So, he'd go in, he'd hang out, he'd go to bars, whatnot with the guys from Metallica. Like they were pretty close.
That's so cool.
So he was like the local, he was the local guy in Cleveland. So they're playing, they're doing sound check. So It's even before the show begins. And it's a little bit short on time. My dad's back there because he's got a press pass, because he's getting an interview either for his show, for WMMS, or for his magazine. I don't remember which one it was at the time. And Lars has to go to the bathroom. Lars Ulrich is the drummer for Metallica.
Okay.
Lars has to go to the bathroom. And James Hetfield, he goes to my dad. He's like, hey, Lars is in the bathroom. We got to finish up the sound check real quick. Can you, do you know any of our songs? And my dad was in a high school band where he learned, he was in a high school drum band. Well, he's a high school band as a drummer.
Yeah.
Just a garage band kind of thing.
Yeah.
And eventually he learned the song Sad But True.
Oh.
On drums. So he's like, yeah, I know one of you guys' songs on the drums, I guess. Keep in mind, my father has not played drums in like 20 years.
Oh.
My father has not played the drums in a very long time. He said that he learned Sad But True. He's only listened to the song only about 1 billion times. So he doesn't actually know how to drum the song. So he gets up on the stage because you aren't going to turn down the chance to play with Metallica.
No.
You give me that option, I'm just going to bang on drums. And of course, Sad But True is Sad But True has a very particular drum sting throughout the song. Yeah. It's like one of their only songs that have it. And of course, he's like, I'm going to do that song because that's the song that the drums sound the coolest. And it's the one that I will sound the coolest playing.
Yeah.
There is a picture out there somewhere. He's lost it. It's been lost to time. But he assures me that the picture exists of him on a stage during sound check with Metallica blasting away at drums, literally the best moment of his entire life, and Lars Ulrich is standing directly behind him laughing his ass off.
Oh no! That's amazing. Oh my god. That's great, man.
You might understand why I'm so good at storytelling, because I learned from the absolute best.
Yes, you have. That's a story, all right. The historical moment. Goodness.
Yeah, and usually when I talk to about music, obviously it's going to devolve into talks about my father, just because, that's where I get my love from. So
right, yeah, of course.
And if you don't have the same thing, well, I feel sorry for you, bucko. You, the audience, not UPW, but you, the audience, subscribe right now to the Rose Skull podcast.
Or do it now.
Coward.
Do it now. Subscribe to Reddit Sephiroth.
You know what? Call your father right now and tell him to subscribe.
Yes, call him. He's not out getting milk. He's right around the corner. Call him.
Listening to our podcast.
Yes, like you should be.
You can fix this broken relationship by finding common ground through our podcast.
Yes. Look at that. Mending families. We're doing the Lord's work.
Lord's work.
Very good. And I'm spooked. I was about to say the same thing as you.
We both said the same thing at the same time. That's so funny.
Oh my god.
Whoops. So,
yeah.
So what about you, P-Dubs?
Oh, music journey. Well, man, I don't really have one. I grew up listening to a bit of gospel, a lot of symphony, so I'm very, I guess, snobby, you could say.
It's a little classical and whatnot.
Yeah. In high school, though, I had the interwebs, and I discovered music on my own for the first time. And the first music memory I have is not actually rap for the people at home, but it was Linkin Park through a Kingdom Hearts music video.
Was it Breaking the Habit featuring Roxas?
It was not Roxas. It was Riku in that Kingdom Hearts 2 demo scene where he's fighting all the Neo Shadows.
That was so cool.
Oh my god. I was introduced to Linkin Park and Eiffel 65 through that. Eiffel 65, I think they're
Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum
bum bum bum bum bum bum. Oh, that's also Crazy Frog. Ding ding.
Well, Crazy Frog stole it from them, but yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I liked I'm Blue. I like PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good song. I also got introduced to a lot of European stuff. I forgot. Oh my god, what's the name? Not Numa. Not the guys who do Numa.
Maya, yeah. Dude, there was a time in my life where I had learned that song in its original language. I don't even know what language it was, but I learned every single lyric by heart.
That's amazing.
I was obsessed with that song. Vesha,
Numa, Numa, yay. Numa, Numa, yay. With Kisha, Vesha. I cannot pronounce it.
Kisha, Vashte, Yavislavide. Namaste, Yarosh Piquet.
That's German. It's German.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta find that again. I bump that all the time. The original, because I got introduced.
I mean, that was like the first internet meme, man.
It was. And
watching Numa Numa guy on E-Bombs World, that is like peak 2002.
Yes, sir. What else? Then we get into the rap journey. A lot of Eminem, a lot of Biggie.
Yeah.
A lot of Tupac, little 50 Cent, not a lot. Then we get into more Linkin Park, because then we discover the One Piece AMVs.
Oh no!
And then we get into Sum 41, because we discover more One Piece AMVs.
Sum 41. I have been cooking this idea for a video about York.
Oh, my wife.
What song was it? Talk about York for a little bit.
I love York. She is my favorite.
Sum 41. It's a Blink 182 song.
Oh, I have never heard Blink 182.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Well, do you know all the small things?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that also reminds me. Then we get introduced to Green Day.
Green Day.
And then what's the Shrek one? Hey, Smash Mouth. There we go.
Smash Mouth.
Yes, through Shrek, which
Incredible.
I don't think I like Smash Mouth.
I mean, there's a lot to like. It's just that Smash Mouth has been so unbelievably memed.
Yeah.
Even he hates All Star. It's amazing.
That's great. Let's see, what else is there? Eiffel. Oh yeah, then reggae comes in a little bit.
Ooh, some Rasta stuff.
Yeah, but it's reggae through Skrillex. I don't know if that counts.
I think that counts. We all played Far Cry 3.
Yeah, because I like the Reggae Twins. They're good. Like,
Yeah, I got real into dubstep for a good while.
You know, it's not bad. I like it. I like a
But
few things.
I never got into dubstep like the way that I got into most other genres. Like usually I'll listen to just a big old shuffle mix of a lot of the music that I have. I'll hear something that catches my eye and go, "Oh, what's that?" And I'll listen to the album that it comes off of.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dubstep, I never got past the phase of just listening to compilations.
Yeah.
Because I would just listen, like, that's when I started getting into internet radio. Because I would just, like, I would just look up Spotify dubstep, and then I would just listen to the radio function they had.
Yeah.
So I only know songs. I don't know bands.
Because, like, oh, well, that's the other guy, Dead Mouse. I've never heard of him. I never heard his music. I know of him because he wears the Mickey Mouse head.
Yeah, Dead Mouse 5, my beloved.
I know Skrillex because of a lot of things.
I know Knife Party is probably my favorite.
I like Knife Party. Also Centipede.
Centipede. Bam, bam.
That goes so hard. Oh my god.
It is Sum 41 that I'm thinking of. Uh-oh.
Where's the what's the dating song by Knife Party? Where she
Oh, I know what you're talking about, where they just like splice in horrifying stalkerish sound effects.
Yes, and now you're going to die.
Now you're going to die. What's it? In Too Deep by Sum 41, I think? Let me see.
Also, you won't believe what got me as a Motorhead.
What got you into Motorhead?
Bleach.
Incredible. That's about right.
Because they played, I saw an AMV of I Am the Game with Kenpachi, and it went so hard.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. But
Yeah, I think...
Sum 41?
I think I'm actually I'm cooking something in my head.
Yeah.
I have an entire playlist just called Ideas for York.
Really?
So like I got like She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud, Stacy's Mom.
Yeah.
Fat Lip by Sun 41.
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
Oh, I had a line in my head. If I listen to the song right now, I'd be able to figure it out. Oh no!
Also, I listen to a lot of R&B. I cannot remember one band.
Yeah, that's about right.
I cannot remember one group. Oh my god, how embarrassing!
I think that's just the thing about like being our particular age group, and because you know people like you and me, the millennial generation have it really weird, right? Because we were alive and in transformative. We were in our late teens, early 20s when music was making that massive shift into just the internet music, right?
Yes.
So we are young enough to be informed and understand how we're supposed to consume music by having just a limited amount of music and listening to that a lot.
Yeah.
And eventually Spotify comes out and it completely changes how music is even listened to, because now you can just listen to everything all the time. So it feels like not a lot is going to stick quite as hard as it used to. No. Because we have 17 billion other songs that we could also be listening to. Why would we go back to that one song? And that's just not what music is. Music is about that repetition. Music is about listening to your favorite thing over and over and over again. Just like having it imprinted upon your soul, dude.
Exactly. Just like video games.
Exactly.
Or movies, kind of. Yeah, movies work because it's remembering the story. Yeah,
movies, no. I mean, movies definitely as well, because movies kind of suffer the same fate.
Yeah.
Because movies, what was the prime way of watching movies back in the day? Well, you click on the TV, you channel surf for a little bit, and oh my god, RoboCop's on!
No way, RoboCop's on. Everybody gather on TV.
Yeah, we're watching RoboCop.
Or if you're lucky and G4 wasn't being G4 that day, they were being cool and they showed Pulp Fiction. and you sat and watched that alone in the living room and unattended, and it was the best thing ever. Oh, but yes.
But then, Netflix happens.
And kills all. Go on.
Netflix, the famed Redbox killer,
the famed Best Buy Hollywood Video killer, the Hollywood Video I went to as a child to rent PlayStation 1 games, and it was the best place ever.
That stuff was so instrumental when Netflix was like, hey, you could go to a Blockbuster, or we could literally mail you the DVD. Remember when Netflix was like that?
Yeah.
Remember when Netflix wasn't a streaming service?
You remember when it wasn't the evil conglomerate that came to my front door and said, hey, we're making an adaptation of One Piece? No, this is positive. We're not doing that. Nope. Go on.
Listen, I have a lot of love. I have a lot of debt towards Netflix because they gave the arcade that I work in a lot of money.
Oh.
To let them rent out a block in a town over from where I work and about 70 arcade games for their show Mindhunter, available on Netflix right now.
Plug. Hey, Netflix, I did not mean what I said. Please sponsor us and give us money.
That was cool.
Yes.
I don't have like a whole lot of like really interesting stories because I wasn't the guy on the set.
Right.
My story involving Netflix was having a guy come down. He has a list of games that are allowed to be shown on television that won't get them sued. Most of them Atari, hilariously.
That's funny.
So, it's really just him having a big old list of games and asking me, hey, do you have this? And I walk him over and say, there's our machine of that. And he goes, okay, do you have this? Okay, we have it there. And then it was about 2 weeks of me hard labor moving machines to and from the studio, and that's about it.
Yeah, yikes for the hard labor, but it's a cool experience.
Yeah.
Do you have
the owner of all the machines? He got to be on the set and he got to watch all that kind of stuff happening.
Oh, that's cool.
If anything happens with the game, well, we need somebody who can fix them on set.
Exactly right.
So yeah, he got to have that entire experience.
Okay, so is Polybius real? Tell us, Zakk.
I can't. I'm under contract.
Oh. I've said too much.
Listen, I would love nothing more than to just have a Polybius cabinet at my place.
Yeah.
Because it is hilarious because I get questioned about Polybius about once a month.
Interesting. Okay.
And usually it's by like 7-year-olds who saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, baby. Oh, I gotta ask about this. Do you have Yeah Beavis 2?
Never even heard of that game.
That is another game that is a phantom game and no one can find it.
That's about right.
Yeah. I think it's so cool you work at an arcade.
It is pretty sick. It's a sweet gig.
Very cool.
It's a sweet gig when it isn't grating at my very soul, but, it's work, so it's going to grate at my soul no matter what.
And you can check out some of the inner workings of that arcade on Reddit Sephiroth.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, music is important. Media is important as a whole. I remember a conversation you and I were having a little while ago in the Discord about how we did not have memory cards growing up, which is a phantom concept to our younger kids in the audience.
What a terrible thing to experience, but what a great time to be alive.
True. And
because that's just like with music.
Yeah, it is.
Because music, you only have a little bit of the music and you listen to what you got. With a video game, you don't got a memory card, so you only play what you can.
Exactly.
A lot of the first island of Jack and Daxter.
Yes. A lot of Tomba 2, which is a terrible game not to have a memory card for.
Tomba, baby! Fortunately, I ended up getting a memory card by the time I got Guitar Hero, or else that would have been really awkward.
Yes.
Although I could beat Guitar Hero 3 in an afternoon nowadays.
And if you were a Nintendo 64 purist, you did not experience this. However, Little P-Dubs had a very tiny N64 collection, so he stuck with his PlayStation that had no memory card.
I am the exact same way. Me and my we got a PlayStation practically the year it released.
Yes. Oh.
Like we have. I don't have any memories of it. I'm pretty sure my mom is gaslighting me about it, but apparently we had a Genesis.
Oh.
I don't remember ever having a Genesis, but apparently we had a Genesis for about 4 months, and my mom gave it to her sister.
That is you know what's so funny about that? I had a Saturn. I still have my Saturn. That was my very first one.
Sick.
And you had the better console.
Genesis was a sick console. I wish I could have experienced it and remembered experiencing it, but basically when we got rid of the Genesis, the first thing that we got were Game Boys.
Right.
For me and my brother.
Yes.
As I explained, I'm pretty sure I explained this in the last chat with my Pokemon story.
Yes.
But we got our Game Boys, and then we eventually got a PlayStation.
Ooh.
Crash Bandicoot 2.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
Mega Man X6, baby.
Oh my god.
I am an X6 apologist because it's one of my first video games.
Yes.
We literally went to the store. We got 3 games, all of them Mega Man. Because we saw so many Mega Man games. We're like, dude, this has got to be the craziest video game franchise.
It kind of is.
Me and my brother and my sister, we each got a Mega Man game. I got Mega Man 8.
Ooh.
My brother got Mega Man X6.
Oh.
I've never beaten Mega Man 8, and Mega Man X6 is one of my favorite games of all time. My sister got a game that is all 3 of ours, like top 10 ever. Do you know what game that is?
What is it?
Think mid PlayStation Mega Man title.
Bro, we talking about Trombone.
We're talking about Legends, baby.
Oh yeah, baby, Trombone, baby, yeah.
Holy mother of God, I love.
How did they do it? How?
I love Teasel Bond more than I love most of my extended family.
Oh.
What an absolute unit of a man.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, Legends is good. I've heard so many good things.
Such an incredible game.
Oh, I love the PlayStation. My goodness.
But bringing it back, Mega Man Legends was one of those games.
Yeah.
We did not have a memory card.
Oh, no.
It's a whole lot of Tower Escape, baby.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like one of the coolest things. I feel like this is one of the most instrumental living experiences to learning to love speedrunning.
Yeah, it is.
Because when you don't have a memory card, when you only have a certain amount of time to play on the TV before Mike gets mad and starts yelling at mom to let him have a turn, you have to play as much of the game as you possibly can. So you start to find these little tricks that go faster, to go further, memorizing entire stage layouts and just ripping through them. I am absolute dog water at Crash Bandicoot 2. I am incredible at the first 5 stages of Crash Bandicoot 2.
Yeah, baby. And it's very funny how close we are because I did not have Crash Bandicoot. Guess what I had?
Let me think.
If it ain't Crash, it's what? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ripto's Rage, baby.
Yeah. Ripto's Rage was such a good video game.
Also, shout out to my buddies in the UK. It is called Gateway to Glimmer for those guys over there.
Well, that's so much better.
It is a little bit. Because Ripto has nothing to do with the plot of that game.
Yeah, Ripto is such a non-character.
It's so weird. But you know what's
I was like, dude, he's on the box art. Why don't I get to fight him yet?
And he's like really intrinsically related to dragons, is hinted to.
Yeah.
But that doesn't come up. And he has like 2 draconic things working for him. And I never got that as a child. But yeah, I played that because, growing up, you kind of, when you grow up at a bit of an Ivy League kind of mindset, you only get to play video games on the weekends. Yeah, it was homework all during the week, and then you got your Saturday and your Sunday. Well, part of Sunday, because that's when the morning is for Kids WB, and then you play for the rest of the day. Then you have to go to bed early because
I was about to say the morning is for Sunday school, mother. Saturday morning is for cartoons.
It was so weird. It was so weird over here because Kids WB came on Sundays.
Really?
Yes, in Chicago. I don't know why.
That's so weird.
Saturday night was Toonami night, though.
Toonami was so good.
It's back, though. It doesn't have the same magic, but it's back.
I was about to say it is back, but let's be honest, TV's practically dead.
TV is not a very non-medium. It's weird. It's mainly like for sports and news.
Diggity dog, why do you need Toonami when Crunchyrolls exist?
Or 9 anime, but we won't talk about that.
When Crunchyroll exists.
Yeah. Wink, wink. Hey, Polly P, cut that out. Or leave that in. That was funny. But yeah, I'm trying to be a purist and watch all the dubs episodes from One Piece like week to week because I just wanted that feeling again. One Piece dub is not bad, by the way.
The Funimation dub.
Yeah, the Funimation dub. Oh, of course, yes.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's great. And Brooke is hilarious because
I was about to say, how far have they gotten?
They're almost caught up.
Really?
Yes, it's crazy.
There's a Whole Cake Island dub?
Yes, all the way through.
No way.
All the way through. I'm waiting to see it on TV, but I'm getting weak.
Brother, I might have to go back and rewatch oh no, but Toei. I don't know if I have the strength, P-dubs.
I mean, you know you want to see. Just go see that. You know what you want to see.
Yeah.
I know what I want to see. Because it's my favorite transformation ever. I love Tank Man so much. I love it so much. It's so poetic. It's One Piece. It's so One Piece. Oh.
It is. Whole Cake feels like a swan song.
It does.
It's astounding when you consider the fact that the single best arc in One Piece, bar none, is 17 years into its life cycle.
I mean, because you get everything from it. It's so interesting. You get the lore.
It's 17 years into its life cycle, and way, way more impressively, it's not a slave to branding.
Yeah, or like intrinsic memes. That's been a thing nowadays.
Yeah, it's just not a slave to what it's become. Like, usually when a show has gone that long,
Simpsons.
What is well, not even really The Simpsons. I'm talking about like shonen anime, like a long-standing story, right?
Yeah.
But usually you're going to get into an arc that long, and they're going to be like, you guys, like, the best arcs that people remember are going to be like, you guys remember this from the show? You guys remember that from the show? It's just like this, but better.
I thank the Lord in heaven that not every villain is Crocodile.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would have gotten so great.
Because you can see it. You can see it. I love that NL is just like this weird, almost Cell-like character who interaction with Luffy doesn't really matter because he does what he wants to do anyway. It's so funny.
And Nell gets his entire world imploded on and caved inward. The man is humbled, and he still wins.
And he goes on the moon and he fights aliens and he never thinks about the weird rubber freak on the blue sea again.
He never has to again. That was a bad dream to Enel.
Like rubber. What's that? Alien time. Zap. And people, you know what? People crap on NL so much. Deal with it. He's one of the most powerful characters in the series. I don't care. I don't care what people forget. The man atomized an island. No one has done this yet. Someone has to do it with a machine.
I was about to say one person has.
That's a machine. That doesn't count. Yeah. This is a pure feat.
Exactly.
Get out of here. Get out.
Like, people are talking about, like, the things that you could do with Awakening. Like, yo, if you want to say Awakening was in Old Piece, right there is the time. The man is dropping spirit bombs on Sky Islands.
Also, subscribe to Polly P Works. I did a little tiny short about that a while ago. It's very funny how NL gets fat and looks like somebody else we meet later, but I won't spoil that here.
NL gets... Oh, right.
Yeah, he looks like something else, but...
I was thinking he ate too many buns and became fat after the cover spread that I didn't see.
I hope that happens now. But yeah, he magically gets a sash and he turns kind of bluish white and his hair gets all fuzzy. I don't know. Looks like something else.
Oh my God.
Cough.
No. no, that's just an illusion that he thinks he's a god. That's it. That's it.
No, yeah. And
it has nothing to do with current events happening right now in One Piece.
You know what's very funny about that, Zakk? He restarts his harp and he has drums on his back. I'm just saying.
Oh my.
And those drums gave him his liberation from the White Sea.
This is what 3 weeks without One Piece does to a man.
Yeah, baby.
God, it's been too long, Oda. Look at what you've reduced us to.
We in the theory mud, baby. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Swimming around in it. Swine theory, baby. Oinking for the next chapter, bruh.
I am but a humble explorer deep within the Sahara, weeks without water. Please, Oda.
Well, you got a little bit of water. You got that One Piece live action trailer. Wink.
Yeah.
I'm being
favorite.
I'm being bad again. I apologize. But
excuse me while I go sit in the corner for a couple hours.
Oh no. But yeah, no, I love Whole Cake. I love Katakuri. Is the Big Mom is more okay. Another thing, Big Mom is more powerful than Kaido. Deal with it. She's more interesting than Kaido. I'm sorry. I love that Kaido's a wrestler. I love that about him. I love that he's just performing for everybody. That's cool.
The only real issue with Kaido is that he is put into a very awkward place in the story.
Yeah.
If we went to Wano before we went to Whole Cake, this nonsense would be reversed.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have much to say.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of I guess you could say sobering or humbling that Whole Cake is our smorgasbord introduction to a bunch of races that we have not seen before.
Yeah.
It is the first appearance of Snake Necks.
Jesus. Like, Whole Cake. Are we talking about a Monday?
Monday, her sisters, her brother and her sister that are younger than her.
Wait, there's been none of those in the series up to this point?
And really, they're half-breeds. There's never been a full breed in the series.
Oh.
Never.
Oh, yeah, because they're Big Mom's children.
Exactly, they're half human.
I don't know. Big Mom's pretty thick, though. She might be a full snake neck.
Ah!
Oh, wait, no. She was thin that one time. Never mind.
She was.
We have indisputable proof.
Yeah, true. Also, Big Mom makes you feel things, but we won't talk about that here. Anyway.
Big Mom makes me feel things, especially hype and fear.
Yes.
Big Mom was in the perfect place in the series because she got introduced right at the start of this new saga, right?
Really?
Big Mom was introduced first in the Yonko saga. Big Mom, you first meet her through her influence. Through Peckham's just showing up and beating the crap out of Caribou.
With his weird Zoan buddy Tamago.
Yeah, like, Big Mom showed up. It's like, okay, this is a Yonko crew. These are people that represent one of the most powerful people in the world. Cool. How are we gonna go from there? Well, what if we go deep into her island, into a place where Gold Roger himself said, I ain't dealing with this, son, and dipped the moment he got what he needed.
Yeah, like a coward.
Like a smart individual.
Yeah, true.
Because a Yonko is not someone who you are supposed to fight.
Yeah.
They are that strong.
Yeah, and really, okay, I'm full of controversial takes today. If I'm to surmise all the Yonko we have seen, except for like the new guys, right? The old guard, the original four. The only one who has made me feel like this is a Yonko crew with Yonko subordinates down to the lowliest of grunts has been Big Mom.
Because we got to spend the most time with that.
Yes. And it's weird. It should be Shanks, but it's not.
No, it should be Shanks.
Oh, come on, bro. It should be.
It shouldn't. To be honest, like, I like the idea of having more time spent with Shanks, but I think Oda keeping him in the dark has kind of been a benefit as much as it has been agonizing. Because when we finally get to the point where we're going to have to see Shanks in combat, he's going to be just as powerful as he needs to be for the story. We're not going to have a Whitebeard situation. We're going to be like, yo, where was the hockey dough?
Yeah. Though, to be fair, he was impressive.
Very much so, yeah.
It's weird that Blackbeard... Well, see, that's just Blackbeard. Blackbeard's a wild hog. Because it's very funny how the two use the same ability.
Yeah.
Whitebeard's more tempered and calculated, where Blackbeard's like, earthquake.
Earthquake.
It's very funny.
Named moves. Whitebeard, the reason why Whitebeard is just as impressive as he is
is
because we have seen firsthand what an admiral is capable of.
Yes.
Because one admiral showed up on a silly ice bicycle and bodied the entire crew without even trying.
And he effortlessly took the ending arc move without complication. Gum Gum Storm was performed on Kuzan.
Yeah.
Just phased right through it and froze him in midair.
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
So let's think about this. How do we make Whitebeard feel larger than life? How do we make him feel like a Yonko? What if we took Kuzan and made 4 of them?
Yeah!
And they all have to fight this guy at the same time while he is actively dying.
And they all do poorly, except Kizaru, who's like kind of dipping the whole fight because he's smart and strategic.
Yeah.
Though Kuzan and Sakazuki want all the smoke and they get bodied for most of it, especially Sakazuki.
Sakazuki gets bodied, but he gets back.
He gets back a lot.
Like, Sakazuki and Whitebeard, I would say that they are relatively equal with a slight advantage to Whitebeard.
Yeah.
Because Sakazuki got some mean hits in.
He took off half his face.
Took off half his face and put 2 holes in his chest.
Jeez.
The man got some mean hits in.
Mean hits. Also, the goonishness of both Kuzan and Sakazuki in that arc are amazing.
It's great. I love it.
Freeze everything, now melt everything with comet fists. Oh, so good. But yeah, you know what's okay? I'm running it back in my mind, and okay, tell me if I'm right or wrong. No judgment. Is Kaido the least impressive in terms of abilities? Like, we have like cool like strength feats, like him holding up all of Onigashima. That's good. But like in terms of just being in battle,
Kaido's not about ability. He is just about strength feats. His strength feats are his ability.
That's fair.
And Kaido has 2 of the most impressive things that we've ever seen in the show.
Fair.
Kaido jumped from a sky island, literally broke the paneling of the manga just to show how far he was falling. Slammed into an island and went, "Ah, shucks, not dead again." How are you supposed to kill this man?
True.
Kaido, in his first appearance, bodies Monkey D. Luffy in a single hit.
And Gear Force Bound Man.
In Bound Man, with a blunt weapon.
Yes, post whole cake. So it's like it's stronger now, if you want to believe in power scaling logic. But yeah,
Kaido, while drunk out of his mind, melted an entire mountain with a single Boro breath.
True.
Kaido looks impressive until they have to fight him.
Yes.
The biggest problem is that we have to fight him.
Yes, which is what I feel so bad for Kid.
I feel so bad for Kaido. He deserves better than he got.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because he did get beat by Big Punch. That's true.
Still upset. We'll never forgive it.
No, that's a little nasty. But yeah, I do like Kaido. I know I've been doing a lot of Kaido heading, but I do like Kaido. I just don't like how he was particularly treated. Though, I guess his story does make, I've said this before, it makes a little sense, like, if we're going down the Delphi logic path, the mythical Zoans may not be based on actual animals, but they're representations of stories and beliefs that people hold, right? They're just the manifestations of that. So if Kaido symbolically is supposed to be the carp that jumps over the waterfall, it does make sense that he just fails because I guess in the internalization of just being bored for so long, he doesn't really have the get up and go to actually achieve or actually do anything. So he's kind of just set in his ways and his location with no one to really challenge him unless it's gone.
It's so weird because that exact idea was done so much better with the man he beat. Remember Thriller Bark?
Oh my god, Moria.
Kaido's just Moria, but less silly.
And you know, and
he lacks ambition.
Yeah.
He lacks the chutzpah to actually go out and do stuff. He had to wait for Big Mom to show up before he decided to go, you know what? We're going to go and find the One Piece because the man can't do anything without Lin giving him direction.
Without Big Sister Lin, or Sugar Mama Lin, if you believe in the theories. But anyway.
Katakuri is Kaido's son. I refuse to believe anything else.
I could see it.
Katakuri and Yamato are blood related.
Could you imagine? I get, and they're both big, so that tracks. Also, it's very interesting that they're both fueled. I guess their ambitions are fueled by pink-haired women because Moria has Perona. Though, actually, Perona went to go save him, so no.
I was about to say, Moria's ambition ain't fueled by Perona. I mean, it's part of it.
Yeah.
Moria just wants to make sure that his family isn't killed.
Right, because he is her father, apparently. That's a very interesting aspect to him.
Sweet. It's so cool.
It's cool. I love Moria.
I love Moria. I love him so much.
I love my Count Chocula boy.
I love my big dumb onion man.
Yes. Also, they might be of the same race because they have this.
See that.
And they both introduce us to Ancient Giants because Moria officially introduced us to Ancient Giants with oars, and then Kaido has a whole slew of them in the numbers.
Yeah. Man, I hope so bad. I hope they all join Cross Guild.
I need NB, Moria, and Apu to join Cross Guild. I need it. I
need more Apu in my life so desperately.
Apu is so cool.
He's slowly becoming my favorite of the Supernovas.
I get you. People want to lean on X Drake. I'm not interested in X Drake.
Where do we go with X Drake?
Like, honestly, I'm interested with Apu, Capone, and Bonnie because X Drake is like, okay, he's part of Sword, right? And
the only interesting thing about X Drake is that means that we have Sword Infiltrator in 2 Yonko crews, which is kind of interesting.
Which that amounted to nothing. Because he got found out both times, so he's bad.
True.
By kind of better characters, because I like Who's Who more.
Who's Who is kind of cool. I wish we would have gotten more of him.
Well, he need to be the well, we're not going to get into that. That's for another video. But anyway. I almost let it slip out.
My man was just there for exposition and nothing more, so let's be honest.
Yeah. But I do enjoy those 3 because Capone turned up to be he's another whole cake thing. He was just like this nothing little Warner Brothers reference character for me, like back in the day.
Just everything that touches Whole Cake is incredible.
It's gold.
It's amazing.
It's absolute gold because then he has this weird little family. It gets bigger because then Gotti marries Lola in the cover story, which also introduces us to Prince Groose. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Oh, his power is just Law's power, but kind of weirder and cooler.
Yeah.
Because instead of generating the room, he is the room. He is the fortress.
Yeah.
And he's also like a weird Zoan guy because he can like pull out parts of the castle.
It also just really talks about like the absolute quality of Whole Cake Island.
Yeah.
When you consider the fact that like Big Mom is the greatest thing in the world during Whole Cake. And then when Big Mom is in any other arc, she is the worst part of Wano.
She is.
How did you manage this?
And it's so weird because it feels like she's putting in more work, but is detrimentally worse.
Big Mom just feels like she's there to waste everyone's time.
She is. And then Parasparrow, like, is just there to get mollywopped, I guess, and to, like, piss on Carrot or whatever.
I don't understand that. Like, I guess we had to finish that storyline.
Which is still not done, because,
I guess.
He's still alive.
He's still alive and she's still on the boat.
She has to be on the boat. She has to be on the boat. I refuse to believe anything else because it doesn't make sense to me.
Until you show me concrete proof, Oda, I will be obnoxious about this.
She's on the boat. She's a stowaway like how she was first introduced. I can't think of anything else. So there.
If you show me a single image of Carrot on Zunisha's back, I will drop it. Until then. Even after Egghead. Even after the arc after Egghead.
I need an answer, a straight answer, because it doesn't make sense. And then what we left her off as is the start of like a Straw Hat backstory thing, because now she's going to give context to what Pedro was doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, and also Pedro met Roger, so it's really like a Tom situation.
Yeah.
Where the father of the main character is related to Roger, so it's tying it up to
just like Tom. Shanks. You think it's gonna come out that like Belmere was related to Shanks and or to Roger?
That'd be funny. Or she fought Roger.
Yeah, like Zeph and Roger had a party once. It was cool.
The only one not tied to Roger is the basest man alive, Brooke, who called Roger a rookie.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Also, that's why I want to find out more about Brooke, because his time alive is the most mysterious time in One Piece.
His time alive is definitely where I'm setting my One Piece D&D campaign.
Because it's... Oh. Am I invited?
We'll see.
Okay. Okay. Fair.
It's not about you. It's about me actually running it. So
That's fair. No, I understand.
I would say you're invited, but that might get your hopes up.
Okay, no. Setting expectations, that's fair. I take no offense to it. No offense taken. But yeah, because it's so fascinating, because then he talks like... I talked to you about this before. He says like so many things about this battle convoy and his secret fencing technique. And well, I need to make a short about this, but he's the only fencer in One Piece.
Is he?
No one else fences.
What about Leo?
No, Leo's like the Tontada.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't fence.
He's got a needle. He fences.
He does devil fruit stuff.
Ah, that's fair.
And like not Cavendish, because Cavendish is like a night boy or whatever.
Yeah.
And also a serial killer when he falls asleep.
My man Jack the Ripper.
Very funny.
On the Straw Hat Grand Fleet.
I love the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. I love it so much.
He is out causing trouble for Shanks with my boy, the god Bartolomeo.
I hope Bartolomeo blocks Shanks and he gets pissed on. I hope so. I
hope so badly that Bartolomeo is the one thing to block the atheism slash. I need that in my life so bad.
That would be so funny. And he's like, bears are invincible. Like, yes!
And then Shanks gives that like an L face. And then Shanks kneels and goes, he truly is the supporter of the pirate gang.
He truly is Luffy's #1 fan.
Shanks no longer being Luffy's #1 fan.
Bart the blocker, baby. Let's go.
Oh my god. I love Bartos so much.
He's the shining hope of Dressrosa.
He really is. He's the best part of that arc.
Because him and then Luffy calling Cavendish cabbage. I laugh every time.
Yeah.
Also,
Cavendish are cool. Like, a lot of the Grand Fleet are cool.
Yeah.
I like them. I like Hyrudine.
Yeah, I like Hyrudine.
I like Sai and his marriage to Baby 5.
And his weapon wife, who will be his Naginata going forward.
Yeah.
I like his big cool dad who got his head pushed in by Garp.
Yeah.
I like his funny little brother that no one talks about who's called Boo. Who else is there? Oh, Ideal and Blue Gilly. I love them. You know what's so great about them? We get a whole race doesn't matter story in their cover story.
Really?
Almost like we didn't need to spend a full arc talking about that. Like it could be done in a series of 2 pictures. I'm just saying.
Arlong Park, you hack.
Yeah, Fishman Island. But we're not going to talk about that. Anyway. I love Blue Gilly. I love, what's his name? Adalo and Jet. Adeo and Jet, these 2 axe murderers.
Very cool.
They look like goons from like Power Rangers. They're amazing.
The Grand Fleet is really cool.
They're so cool.
Although, once again, anytime we have a big moment involving a massive amount of Straw Hats.
Yeah.
Firstly, this should have happened after Wano when Jinbei joined the crew.
A little bit.
Where is my scene where everyone puts their leg on a barrel?
Jinbei can't put his leg on a barrel.
I don't care. Make him do it. Find a way.
Because it is a big transitioning scene because now we're at the top of the world.
We have a scene where the Straw Hats are bumming around the Sunny, and they are literally talking about their dreams. What a great way to end off part 2 of One Piece.
And there's a barrel in the scene, remember? Caribou?
Yeah, and Caribou could have been in the barrel. That would have been great. What a great way to cap off Act 2 of One Piece. Or was that Act 3 of One Piece? Because we have East Blue, then Grand Line, then Paradise, and then
New World.
Anko.
It is Act 3.
Anko Saga, and then this.
Yeah, it's Act 3.
Yeah, so what a great way to cap off Act 2 or Act 3.
Yeah.
By referencing the capstone of Act 1.
And
now with what you would like to call your full crew. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
I wanted that so much.
Well, maybe we'll get it when we get like the full crew.
You know, after everybody shows up in the final fight and the Grand Fleet's in there, and then everyone can put their leg on a giant barrel. Is that the One Piece?
Maybe it is. I mean, Luffy was in a barrel.
Are we all going to put our leg on a giant barrel that is the One Piece?
Maybe. And then we'll laugh.
And then they'll open the barrel and they'll find out what the treasure is, to be continued in the next series.
One Piece next voyage, baby.
Honestly, I would love nothing more for them to get to the One Piece. I would be irate, but I would love it after I'm done burning down several small villages in anger. If they finally get to the One Piece, they're like, here's the treasure, here's the reveal, and that's where they end the series.
Oh, I'd be mad.
Just to be like, dog, the treasure never mattered. It was never about the treasure. The treasure's whatever you want it to be.
I'm mad. I accept that, but I'm also mad.
Wouldn't that be kind of perfect for One Piece?
It would, but I don't like it.
I want to know what it is.
I need to know. What's in the box? What is it?
30 years, Oda!
Oda, I'm married and I have a child. Just give me the treasure, please.
Oda, my great-grandchildren are the age I was when I started One Piece. What is it? Like, there's only so long that you can really keep a mystery box going before it starts getting a little bit silly.
Yeah. Especially...
I always have the question, Eiichiro Oda, how many people have died? How many people have died without knowing what the One Piece is?
Yeah.
How many diehard One Piece fans have died in the last 20 years?
Right. Oh my god. That's a sobering thought.
It's a thought I have every single day of my life, thinking that I might become one of them in a freak accident or some sort.
Oh no.
That would be my one regret in life, is not knowing what the One Piece is. It's the one thought keeping me going, brother.
Yeah, that's relatable. Because and this is fueled by pure anger. I need to be right about things. I spent the better time of my teenhood years on the internet forum known as Arlong Park and was treated so poorly on that site about my thoughts. I now have a YouTube channel where I publish those thoughts to the world. I need to be right about a few things. I am full of vinegar and strife. I need to be right. I need to see it. I need to see
this through, Oda.
I need to see whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. I need to see it.
Yeah.
Because if I am right, I'm going to open my old account back up. And it's like, suck it, losers, I was right. For all these children to be like, who are you?
You all doubted me.
You all couldn't see the truth, but I saw the truth 20 years ago. It was all in my head, baby. As Vegapunk Shaka would say.
I was about to say, do you have I don't know if have you posted a video about what you think the One Piece is?
Oh, I have not.
Hey,
check it out on Poly P Works. I posted a video about the D.
Fair. I was about to say, you want to talk about like what you think it might be.
You know what I think One Piece is, Zakk?
What do you got?
I think it's a big barrel of sake.
So the Ohara theory.
Is it Ohara theory? Oh,
you didn't watch those videos?
No.
Yeah, that's what Ohara said. Because he was talking about like how Shanks offered like the bottle of sake.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was denied. And everyone thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because Shanks' crew knows what the One Piece is. And he basically just offered this man the mountain bandit that came and he's like, I want treasure. And he's like, here's the One Piece. Effectively.
Fair. Also, I was thinking about the song Binks Sake.
Exactly. Like, yeah, Ohara, if you haven't yet,
yeah,
I know a lot of people meme on him, but it's 3 hours of pretty decent content of him talking about like what he thinks the One Piece is, and he does think that it is sake because it's there to promote Luffy's dream of throwing the world's biggest party, which I don't believe is his dream. That's not dumb and goofy and stupid enough.
Like, I can buy into it, but it's probably something else. Because
it's not stupid enough.
Yeah.
It needs to be stupid. It needs to make me laugh.
Exactly.
I want to throw a big party and everyone's invited is not stupid.
True.
That is, even if it's an unrealistic dream, even if it is a little bit naive to think of that, that isn't hilarious.
No, especially when you consider what the Tea Party was. It was just a big party, so like these things are possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I certainly wish that Oda wouldn't hang on to that for 5 billion years for literally no reason.
Yeah. Fun fact about that, Caribou does not know what the dream is, but you know who does? Yamato.
Yeah?
Because Caribou could not hear it from inside the barrel, but Yamato knows it from Ace. So that's interesting.
You know who else knows the dream?
Who?
Uta, baby!
Uta knows the dream. Is she canon or what? What are we doing with that? Because the movies after Strong World get so weird.
So I don't think she is canon, but Oda also redrew some scenes from chapter 1 with Uta in them. Oda is Oda likes to skirt the line just enough to where anything is possible.
Yeah.
And that's what's so maddening about this series.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the reason why I don't like the whole Sun God Nika thing.
Yeah.
Like, you could say a lot of things like, oh, well, it's like death. Like, it is hilarious when I listen to people argue against Nika.
Yeah. Because
it's always the worst arguments that I hear.
Oh, no.
Every single argument that I ever hear is nothing but bloviated buzzwords that they're just regurgitating back at people.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's Hakta. Oh, it's Destiny Piece. Say a sentence. Say a word.
True.
It's like, you might be thinking, it's like, you know what? I remember what happened in Naruto. I don't want to see an influx of this guy is the destined warrior in my shonen manga, particularly involving the big three.
Yeah.
Because One Piece is supposed to be the better of them.
Which, well, you know what? I was kind of like, I was mad about it at first, but then I started to think, and it's a mixture of interest and a mixture of sour.
Mm-hmm.
I can go into detail if you like.
Go nuts.
I will make a video about this, but it's interesting because since he is a Zoan, what are Zoans known for? Super strength and like all the classical like superhero abilities, strength, speed, endurance, recovery. Zoans have that. So now that does pepper a lot of Luffy's fights. And it now makes sense why he gained so much strength so quickly, because he had this fruit since a young age.
Yeah, but I don't want scientific physical explanations for that.
Yeah.
I want Luffy is good. Why? Because Luffy is a willful personality. I want to believe that anyone could be Monkey D. Luffy.
Fair.
If you believe and you work hard enough, you can be Monkey D. Luffy if you're just bullheaded and willful enough to chase your dreams.
Exactly.
If Luffy has superpowers that are outside the realm of what his world would deem, even acceptable for superpowers, that means not anyone could be Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah.
You can't be Luffy.
So,
That's not even why it makes me mad, but you go first.
Okay, now, going off of that, here's the sweet part. Luffy has been chasing his dreams, fighting impossible opponents at a deficit. Would you like to know why?
Why?
Because based on the situation that he is in, he is only afforded the abilities of being rubber, because he is not transformative. He is a human that's eating a human fruit. He got the worst possible hand dealt because as a Zoan, he can't become anything. There's too much overlap. You can't turn into a human as a human. Therefore, you're just like a weird rubber freak. So him fighting against the odds and beating people with better situations than him does put into the mind of the reader that even if you are dealt a bad hand, you can make the possible impossible.
Except that's not the case.
Well, the awakening.
Well, not even about the awakening. Because what are all of Luffy's best powers? Toon Force. It no longer has anything to do with him being rubber. It has everything to do with Oda deciding to, remake the laws of reality so that they bend around the protagonist because he is literally a rubber hose god.
And that's the other sour bit.
That's the sour bit.
Because
we didn't have to ask these questions before. Now we do.
I have a video on Paul P. Works where I say he's had Toon Force the entire time. Oh, I remember what I've said now. Oh no. Right. I forgot I made a video about that. Oh no. Because there's too much evidence that suggests that was the case for a minute, and I don't like that now. Yeah, that's the sour bit. You've disarmed me with my own weapon.
But the most angering thing about the reveal of Sun God Nika, Sun God Grin, is that this sets a precedent that Oda could just make up literally anything for literally anyone.
Yeah, because now Dough fruits aren't tied to the real world. Even oddly stronger is because he's a Pegasus.
Yeah.
And that's only in Greek mythology. It's actually just a character, which I didn't know that. But yeah. Nika is the only thing not from the real world in One Piece.
It's not even that. It's just the fact that One Piece is this big adventurous series. And adventure is always pushed by this draw towards some great mystery. Fantasizing, wondering, trying to think of what that mystery might be.
Right.
And I want to be able to try to explore that mystery outside of the source material. I want to be able to go in and, try to think of some interesting things.
Right.
Think of okay, well, what's something that could happen? What is the answer to one of Oda's 17 mystery boxes?
Yeah.
What do I know that could possibly be that answer? And because Oda can just, in the 11th hour, just decide that the nature of his protagonist is nothing at all like we thought it was, like he thought it was. He could just change everything on the drop of a hat, on a dime. It brings me back to that sobering feeling that one day I am no longer going to be of this earth.
Oh.
And there is zero way that I could be at all certain of any mystery box that Oda has planned.
That is troubling.
That's why I don't like Nika. It reminds me that I am a mortal man.
Because things can just change on a dime.
Because mortality is scary.
Yeah.
And every day is a day closer to never learning any truth. Only being peppered with more mystery. Tell me his dream, Oda!
Let's just hope we don't turn out like the boys who were interested in Lost.
I think that Oda's gonna stick the landing.
Yeah, I think so too. I believe in Oda.
Oda, unlike every other major shonen maker,
yeah,
Oda had an ending planned.
Mangaka, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, unlike any of his other contemporaries, Oda had an ending planned from the beginning.
Right.
I believe wholeheartedly that Oda has an ending plan.
Yes.
Oda knows what the One Piece is. Oda knows what Luffy's dream is. Oda knows the final confrontation and how Luffy is going to attain his dreams.
Yes.
Oda knows what the One Piece is going to do after they find it. Oda knows these things. That was the goal that Oda was going towards from the start.
Yes.
But I want to know Oda, goddamn.
Oh no!
And it's so agonizing that every single answer is not even an answer. It's just more questions. What do you mean the Nefertari are D's?
That's kind of wild. Which...
What do you mean the Nefertari are the first D's? How does that even work?
Shout out to KMDP of the Digital Borough. He loves Vivi, so I'm happy that he knows that Vivi has the most plot agency now.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I
Not
know.
one bit.
What if Lucius...
Also, Cobra's still alive.
Don't say that.
Cobra is 100% still alive.
Nah.
Cobra's epic final words were cut off.
Yeah.
What do we know about every single death in One Piece?
They smile at the end of their D.
No.
Oh.
The other thing.
Wait,
they get a final word in.
Yeah.
That is inspiring to the entire world.
True, the One Piece is real. Yes.
The One Piece is real. Nami, Nojiko, I love you. Odin was made to boil.
A man dies only when he is forgotten.
Great lines.
Yes.
Cobra got none of that.
True.
I didn't see Cobra smiling either.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That's the other thing. You cannot reveal that Cobra is a D on the same chapter that is called The Death of Cobra and not show a grin.
Yeah, true.
You can't do that unless you're hiding something, Oda.
A D has to die with a D, which is a smile.
Exactly.
I hope Lucius a D.
Grin, pistol!
Grin, oh yeah, grin, pistol. Or if you're a bad boy and read the TCB, Dawn Pistol. Support the official release. Please. These people need to eat. Or they don't. I don't know who's dubbing this stuff. Anyway. Yes. Gum Dawn Pistol. Gum Grin Pistol.
Gum Grin Dawn Pistol.
Gum Grin Dawn Shiro Pistol. Yes.
There we go.
Yeah, baby.
Gum Grin White Dawn Pistol. Perfect. We've done it.
Exactly. Slap a label on that baby and send it out.
I can't wait for the fan subbers to get to that one.
Oh yeah.
God, remember?
Yes.
I know you remember.
I remember.
I know you remember the fan sub animated subtitles.
I miss them every day.
That was so much soul. Crunchyroll. What are you doing?
They're hacks.
That's the best thing about watching One Piece as an anime and catching up that way.
Yes.
Was doing it through the fan subs and was getting to experience that because that was such an extraordinary layer of extra that was not necessary but so cool.
And it was personalized for each character.
Oh my god.
Because I think Usopp and Frankie had reticles in their attack names.
Yeah, it was cool. They each got their own font and they each got their own way that it was animated. It was so sick.
Strong hammer! Oh, weapons left. Fresh fire! Oh, master nail!
Hi, Frankie, my boy. You were working as a Wano shipwright!
Oh.
Where are the Sea Stone nail attacks?
Where is the successor to Master Nail? He has done it once. Where are the Sideburn boomerangs? Where have they gone? Man! We do have... Go on.
Why did we decide that Frankie was going to be a Wano craftsman and not give him any knowledge on Sea Stone crafting?
He did not visit the quarry one time. We don't even get to see it.
We don't.
Oh my god.
Frankie doesn't learn how to code a ship with sea stone like Vegapunk does? Don't you think that's something Frankie would be interested in knowing?
So we don't
you think that's something that Frankie would learn as a Wano shipwright?
And now as a Yonko crew, so we don't get murked by surprise Sea Kings?
I mean, they're not going to get murked by surprise Sea Kings either way.
I mean, we get murked by surprise robots. Frankie, take the wheel.
Yeah, but that's different.
I'm mad.
That's Vegapunk.
They're sea beasts. They're mechanical sea beasts. They're cyborg sea beasts.
Yeah, but that's like Vegapunk, dude. Unless it turns out that Eam can use Poseidon's powers, a Sea King will never be a true threat.
That's fair.
The very first image we show in the entire series,
true,
is Luffy decking a Sea King in the face and killing him instantly.
Also, you reminded me, can't wait to see that in live action. I'm very excited.
That's gonna be funny. I can't wait for all of this stupid over-the-top CG. That's gonna be the one saving grace for me. I know it's gonna look terrible. That's not at all what I'm going to be complaining about.
Yeah.
That's going to give me an endless stream of reaction gifs.
True.
What I care about is where is Sanji's eyebrow, Oda?
Where's Usopp's nose, Oda?
Where are they?
I think, this is plans hopefully this is edited before that comes out, but I will do one last big video after the thing is done, because I guess where this is being recorded now. I was talking to a mutual buddy that's on the Digital Borough about what I should do, because the path that he suggested is a path that BGE, shout out to best guy ever, is to be hands off about this whole One Piece live action thing and say, you know what, you're not going to enjoy it. Same thing James Rolfe did with the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. You're not going to enjoy it. Just don't.
Why hate watch? Hate watching is stupid.
See, I'm not going to hate watch. See, here's why my situation is different. Neither James Rolfe, James Rolfe did not pour in 17 years of watching and reading this manga.
The Ghostbusters series.
No, he is not.
I mean, he came pretty close. Ghostbusters is pretty beloved for a long time.
That's true. But there's not a long serialization.
Yeah.
Nor has it consumed a majority of his life through multiple stages of his life, as far as I know. Maybe it has, I don't know. I feel like I need to say something for closure on it. So that's what I'm going to go and I'm going to do.
You're doing it for you.
I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me because as we've covered on the podcast before, I have seen this thing unfold. I have watched people make up very interesting tales about what this would be, who are very closely associated to the show, which, listening to it back, it sounds crazy, but it actually happened. And I'm baffled that's happening. So I need to do it for me, to voice these things, to show everyone I am not crazy. And these things were going on, and to be careful about when these things come to your doorstep in the future, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen again.
Everything you know and love will be poisoned and polluted by corporate greed in your lifetime.
Yes.
That is an inevitability, because we live in an age of nostalgia.
Yes, and
we live in an age of regurgitation.
And also, oh my God, Orwell was right. Yes, Orwell, 1984. Yeah. he was right.
Good old George.
George Orwell was right. Nah. I have seashells on my ears right now, listening to my buddy speak to me. So yes, you are right, Orwell. Pour one out for the homie.
One Piece live action is real. The world is ending.
It's real. It's here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join it too.
Climb aboard and sing along.
Are they gonna do that? Are we just gonna be ballsy and say the rap and just don't talk about?
Oh my God! Could you? I would honestly watch the entire thing.
I would have to film my face, mouth agape. I think
they had the cojones to allude to the One Piece rap. I would watch that entire show. I know they're not going to do that. So.
No. Oh, no, because the showrunner said 4Kids was bad. So, no, of course not.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's just the thing about any any attempted reboot of anything ever. Remember when God of War came to the PS4?
Are you gonna drag this out of me today? Right here, right now.
God of War came to the PS4, and everyone went, "Oh, this is a new, refined Kratos. Kratos was always a big, tough brute. God of War was never deep at all." Like, they're trying to bury the old games to make the new ones seem better, despite the fact that the old games were perfectly fine and deep and good and cool.
And I remember I was watching this guy. He has a shout out to you. I think your name is Noah on YouTube. Called the older games sophomoric bait for teens or something like that. And I'm like, brother, it's Conan. It's good. Yeah. It's good. It's artful. He's a man torn. He's a man scorned. He has a vendetta to the people who put them in this position. And now he has to walk the earth a freak because of the decisions that were thrust upon him, because he was a bargaining chip for powers out of his control.
No. He's just big, sweary murder man. What are you talking about, PW?
And they put the same label on Doom, and it just pisses me off. It's so mean, you know. Curse you! You brought this out of me. It's so mean because there's so much.
You zipped me.
Because it's so artful, it's so kind, it's so thoughtful. All these things have been put together. There's story here. We don't have to be a art house, which is what PlayStation has become, and I hate it. I hate every last minute of it. There's no goofiness. There's no subtlety anymore. It's like, I'm a big man. I miss my wife who I used to ride. Now I'm sad.
Dad games. Dad games. Dad games. Dad games.
And now I have this little boy. The little boy is not like me. He's not a big brute gorilla like I am. He's a fairy archer boy who takes the tactical approach. I'm too stupid to do that.
The boomer mentality of having a twink son. Imagine.
Oh my God. Like, we're not going to talk about how this man is basically a physician and found a way to break down every mythological creature that he has come across in the most efficient way possible.
That's not the important thing. That's not the important thing that we need to worry about.
Okay.
Think about this. You've spent many a game tearing through, like you said, every mythological being possible. You know how, like, they kind of mesh cutscenes. They mesh that with gameplay.
Yes.
With the best use of QuickTime events in video games.
Yes, the trendsetter.
Because when Kratos is on the face of a giant god and stabbing it relentlessly, you have to mash that start button to feel the violence, feel the anger.
Yes.
And then the most interesting, unique, and heart-wrenching mechanical thing a video game has ever done. Remember when Kratos is in Hades?
Yes.
And he meets up with his family again?
Yes.
And the man has to realize, oh my god, I just want to rest. I just want to be here and be happy with my family, but I literally have to go out and save the entire world that will hate me for this. And his daughter grips onto him going, no, daddy, please don't. We just got you back. I want you here with me. And just like every one of those great Goliath titanic feats that he has fulfilled before, you have to perform the hardest QuickTime event that you've ever done. Performing the same button mashing to push your own crying daughter off of you so that you can be a hero. It's so painful.
It's art.
But these games aren't deep. They were bad, and they were about aggressive, sweaty man.
And we have to talk about it for hours. We have to just keep talking.
if you're gonna put the name of the game on your box,
I mean,
why would you bury the thing that you came from?
And it's so masturbatory because they keep talking. You don't even get to play the game anymore.
No.
And then I didn't know this about Ragnarok. It's the same weapons.
Oh, that's cool.
You don't get any upgrades. Remember the entire arsenal you got in one back in the day?
It was awesome.
Oh my god, you had like ghosts from Hades. You had the big Artemis sword. What? Man, it's lame. It's so lame. And then I've talked to so many people and they say, "Oh, it's great." I'm like, you're older than me. At the time
a lot of people like you can like the game as its own thing.
Yeah, you can.
You're allowed to like the game. You might even like the game more than the original. That just might be more of your bag.
Yeah, man.
Maybe you don't like third-person action platformers in the vein of Devil May Cry. Maybe they're a little bit too complex for you.
That's fair.
It's perfectly serviceable to like those games. I'm not mad at people for liking the game.
No.
I'm only mad at the people trying to bury the old ones for no reason, because that's just a dumb business decision.
And it's weird that people act like there wasn't art and intention in those original games. And I think that's where my problem comes in. These things were very craftively put together. There was a lot of thought and a lot of understanding of the hardware that was on it. I watched this whole 2-hour documentary on God of War 2, and the camera work in that game is actually phenomenal.
It's incredible.
And I never got to play 2. I only played 1, and I'm still blown away, and it's amazing. And
you also got to remember, what is the age demographic of most people that played the original games?
About 15?
About 14 to 16.
Right.
Yeah, about 15. A lot of the people that remember the older games that purchased the new one because new God of War, they didn't have the mental capacity to really sit down and critically think and study the media that they played.
That's true.
They were literally playing the game because it was big angry man stab thing and make me feel cool.
But
so of course when that's the narrative, they're gonna believe that because that's what they felt as a youngin'.
And that feels so dishonest because the people who are making these decisions know that.
The people who are making these decisions didn't play the old games.
That's fair. Not as fair.
If you look at those nerds that are sitting there in those seats, you're telling me that those are God of War fans?
Nah. They have not lifted one dumbbell. And it's weird too, because okay, this is a bit of a controversial take. I will say God of War did not have the design chops that, let's say, Devil May Cry and Lara Bayonetta did, but it had weight, it had action. You felt the visceral in it, right? So here we are in 2020 to 2023. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in Norse mythology. We're going to see some weird stuff. Yeah. Random fat man who is a redhead. I'm like, oh, this is Thor. I mean, Marvel just did this, but okay. I'm expecting this is the power of the PS5. We're gonna get some cool design gameplay to show me how bad I am for thinking the new games. The old games had merit, but no, we're singing the same tune, but we're out of tune now. It's very strange, if that makes sense.
It doesn't feel, as much as they try to go real deep into big sweeping cutscenes and big open, way overly designed areas. You can row a canoe into big smoky mountains and rivers with forestation all over. It's gorgeous landscaping. All of these things aren't going to make it feel as grand as it is and as epic as it used to.
Also, you show me this big giant eel. That's the world serpent, the Needhog, right?
Yeah.
I don't fight that. I turn the game off.
True.
You missed the whole thread, brother. Big monster, I don't fight that. That's why, it's weird.
You don't fight that yet.
Do you fight in Ragnarok?
I don't think you fight it in Ragnarok. 100% that's the final boss of the series.
Oh my god!
You know for an absolute fact.
Don't
when
tell
you
me
think,
that.
come on, this is a dad game. How is this going to end? Kratos is going to sacrifice his life to save his son by killing the world serpent. You know for a fact that's going to be what happens.
Viewer, you are listening to my silence, and it is very loud because I realized this thing that was sitting right in front of me the whole time, and I did not consider it. You know what the problem about that is? Loki is not Nero.
Yeah.
He's not even Viola, and I hate Viola. If you don't know, Viola is Bayonetta's daughter from Bayonetta 3. I hate her.
Yeah, I don't even know what the purpose of Loki is for these games.
I don't actually get it.
Why make him Loki? Like, is he gonna be a tricksy villain?
He's too Saved by the Bell.
Oh, you know what might happen?
Oh no.
What if after all of... You know what would actually be kind of Kino?
What?
What if we took a twist on the dad game ideal and your son betrays you at the end of everything?
That'd be kind of interesting.
That would be kind of sick.
A spit in the face, but an interesting spit.
And then in the next trilogy, or you know what? Maybe that's where we end the entire thing. Loki kills Kratos at the very end. In the same way that Kratos made him stab that deer. He stabs Kratos.
They do have that on a mural in the first game.
Yeah.
That he's sucking out his deity juice or whatever through a knife.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he creates Ragnarok by assisting the world tree or some nonsense like that. Like after everything that Kratos does, he gets betrayed by the genre of game he's in. Could you imagine if that was the absolute end of Kratos, if they never brought him back afterwards?
That is a sobering thought.
That would be an actually excellent end for Kratos.
But then we got to restart the series, and we call it Return of War.
No, you have a spin-off game called Loki, and you see how it tests.
And it tests poorly.
And then no. And then you have like this cool... Then you have this cool Monster Hunter game.
Oh.
With this trickster god that has the god of war in him and is capable of being proficient with every weapon, who is creating Ragnarok and has to fight the entire Norse pantheon now.
Zakk, that is very Kino, but they're not doing that.
Possible.
I love that idea. That's too cool. It's too cool.
Out of all of this rises a villain game.
You're making me like it.
And then, what if Loki discovers whatever portal brought Kratos into Norseland? And he's like, what if I went to other worlds?
Or whoever's in Egyptian mythology.
Yeah, 100% Egypt's after Norse.
Oh, fights Ra? Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm thinking, no, not fights Ra. If we are setting any video game while making a Egyptian pantheon, there is a 0% chance that you are not creating an epic set piece where you have to defend Ra's ship throughout the night against monsters.
Oh.
Because that is the absolute coolest story in Egyptian mythology. Every night the sun sets in the west. Every night he gets onto a big raft in this endless void of blackness that is the night, is beset by monsters, and Set himself has to defend him.
That is cool.
It's the coolest thing in the world. You absolutely have to have that entire sequence in a God of War game that's in Egypt.
I didn't even know this story. That's sick.
It's sick as hell.
Oh my god.
Egyptian mythology is wild.
It is. It's pretty cool. I do want that.
Dude, you could make it open world.
Oh, yeah.
You know how open world has collectibles?
Yeah.
What's something that we could what's a thing that is broken into many pieces that we could collect? Osiris, perhaps?
Oh. We could have a bug catching game too, catch scarabs.
Yeah, baby. And then you could fight them against Horus.
Oh.
You and Horus have like a bromance where you bond over catching scarabs and fighting them.
That's cool. Ah, you're making me love it.
Come on, you can do a lot of fun things in God of War. It's not all doom and gloom.
It's not. Okay, you brought the positivity back. Okay, the sunshine is here. All right. Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I know God of War is a dad game right now, but one of the things that all of these PlayStation titles are trying to be is subversive.
Yeah.
If we spit in the face of the dad game by subverting that and having Loki betray Kratos at the end, that's kind of interesting.
It is. I like that idea, though. I like it a lot.
Yeah, if I was writing it with my kayfabe wrestling brain, that's where that story would end.
Which God of War is a big wrestling match, though.
Yeah.
It kind of is. It is. It's just wrestling.
That's where I would end it. What I fear is that they would be like, and then Kratos rose up, and then without powers, he had to fight himself, and through the power of love, they come to an agreement.
No,
but
go on.
Spin-off Loki villain game.
I like that a lot.
Imagine if Loki was just this twink man with all of the powers of Kratos.
Yes.
And sure, he does main the bow, but he's got the God of War in him, man. He can use any weapon he wants.
He uses the blades of chaos like a what's the thing like you throw at a person's feet and they get tripped up?
Oh, bolos?
Yeah.
That would be sick as hell.
Oh yeah, baby.
Who's the final villain of that game? Oh, that would be sick.
Yes.
You got me pogging. You got me popping up.
You got me pogging. I'm excited.
This game sounds sick. I want to play it